Hoiberg will launch the three. Oh, he hits!
Clobber to left field. Another double for Washington. This time it's Nick Kresnak.
But no doubt, 2-run, go-ahead homer in the 7th. The bat flip puts the exclamation mark on a comeback.
An RBI knock from Kresnak, who's had an incredible night. Sam Hoiberg, the son of the coach, to steal the bucket.
Welcome back to the sports section. I think we're in double digits now. I think I'm done with the whole number thing. Probably going to go up exponentially from here. Our guy Sam Hoiberg is here, the point guard of the 23rd ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers. Let's go, Sammy.
Yeah. Pretty fun day yesterday. Obviously being ranked is super cool. That's a cool accomplishment and milestone. First time in my career being on a ranked team. But we're not going to look too much into that. It's a cool thing to have, but AP poll doesn't matter. We're just going to, keep playing the same. Feel like we, are like hot shit right now or anything just because we're ranked. Yeah, we got Wisconsin on Wednesday, Illinois on Saturday, so a really tough week, but it felt really nice to get that rivalry win yesterday.
Hell yeah. Big Ten coming up, but gotta feel good to have a number next to your name. First time for you, right?
First time in my career, yep. I think it's the first time for anyone on our team, actually. So, yeah, that was a cool moment to see that today.
I did.
Oh, sorry. Connor was ranked at Wisconsin.
Nice. Good for Connor. It is the first time you guys have been ranked since 2018. You're also one of 8 undefeated teams in the country for what it's worth, including teams like now number 1, Arizona, Michigan, Iowa State. Pretty good company for you guys.
Yeah, like I said, we're not going to think we're just hot stuff right now just because we're undefeated and ranked now, but it feels really good. We knew we were a really good team coming in, and we're going to keep pushing forward. We're not stopping here. We got a lot of goals left to accomplish, and, we're not satisfied at all, but it does feel nice to, get a little bit of recognition for how we played.
Where do I get one of those corn hats, by the way?
I honestly think they're sold out. It was my sister's friend, I believe. Her hat brand, and Paige sent a photo, asked if I wanted a white or red one. I said red, and I've been commenting on this hat more than any other clothing item I've ever owned.
Yeah, it rules.
Had to wear it today.
Yeah.
It's Red State, baby.
Red State, turn up. Did your sister just get engaged? Did I see that on Instagram?
She did. Yep. Congrats to Paige and Mike.
Congrats.
Got engaged the day before they came to Kansas City for the Hall of Fame Classic. So that was a fun week for them.
Nice. Did you guys know beforehand?
I did know. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Paige had no idea.
Sweet. Sounds like a pretty cool thing. I also saw that was your guys' first back-to-back win against Creighton since 97.
Was it really?
That was in the post-game notes. Yeah. Who's your SID, by the way?
Seamus McKnight.
He does
Great guy.
He does a kick-ass job.
He's the best. Shout out Seamus. But yeah, I was thinking all week. So including my redshirt year, my first year, I was 2-2 against Creighton. I was technically 2-1 as a player, like eligible player. I didn't play my redshirt freshman year, so like my sophomore year, I didn't play in that game and we won. So the games I played in, I was 1-1, 2-2 overall, and I knew I had to get this one to get that winning record against them. And man, it feels good to finish 3-2.
I'm sure it does. And this game a little bit different than I feel like the games you guys have played in the past because it wasn't a track meet. You guys locked them up on defense. They shot 18% from the field in the first half and season low 50 points. Talk to me about the defense. What was going on?
Yeah, our assistant coach, Nate Lenzer, he's really our defensive coordinator. This defense is his baby, and he had a great game plan against Creighton. We were really prepared, and we executed flawlessly, I think. And, the thing we give up is a lot of threes, and we only gave up 6 uncontested threes, which is the most important thing. We want to get contests on all the shots because we really pack the line and make it tough to score at the rim. So yeah, I mean, not giving them too many great looks and then limiting them when they got looks was super important, and our rotations were crisp. We played hard, and that was the main goal, just play harder than them.
For people that might not be like super X's and O's familiar, what would you call the style of defense that you guys kind of run?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm really giving away anything here. We're a no middle team. We force to the baseline, and we bring another guy to the ball. I think kind of the technical term is trap the box. So you bring in that guy to not allow them to get to the rim, and that puts you in rotation. The teams that can really shoot, you have to, I mean, be on point with your rotations. And we have a rotation for every single pass, and like we have the right way to guard it. It can just be tough if you don't have good pressure and stuff like that. So we did a good job of that against Creighton, and we got to continue that the rest of the year. We can't lean on the offense to be good every single night. And not that it was bad against Creighton, but we probably could have won that game by more than 21 if we had shot it a little better and been a little bit more efficient offensively. So having a game like that defensively is good for our confidence.
Yeah, and you talk about the shooting a little bit, just going through the numbers. It wasn't your guys' best shooting game of the season by far, and not a knock on the offense, but 37% from deep, we've seen much higher. We've seen higher than 44% from the field, but you still beat a team by 20. It's got to be pretty encouraging, I'm sure. And also, we mentioned Seamus. Also, a shout out to whoever makes the cinematic episodes or recaps, because those are awesome.
Yeah, we got the best social media team in the game. Sam Rice and Drew Sukup, they're kind of the heads of it. Sam Rice has been here since my first year. He's the head of our social media department with the basketball team, and Drew is a student, but he's amazing at what he does. He's always with us, and they kill it every single time. I mean, they're really like a movie to watch, and our fan base eats them up too. So it's a fun thing to get after wins.
Yeah, I also love the way that they like navigate around your dad swearing sometimes. And like you can tell what he's saying, but they bleep it out really, really well. And it gets me every time. It's hilarious.
Yeah, at this point, I don't even know if they need to bleep it out. Maybe for YouTube for the like the whatever
Yeah.
monetization, but yeah, just leave it in there at this point. Everyone knows what he's saying.
It's so funny because I remember this was maybe last year or the year before. You were in Fort Worth for something, and you had said that like you were at home at your parents' house one time, and your dad like yelled at you for like swearing at the dinner table or something, and you were like, "You swear all the time," and he goes, "That's work. That's different."
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was being a little hypocritical there. But fair point. It is work, but he hasn't got mad at me for swearing since. That might have been like my freshman year of college when he
Okay,
was, being a little more dad at that point.
that's so funny. Yeah, well, and it is, and I've interacted with a lot of different coaches in the past, but it's been cool, like, getting to know your dad as a person and not really a coach before, I guess, and then seeing him on the court too. Not that it's 2 completely different people, I would say, but it's just a different tenacity, I think is the word, like a different fire, and it's cool to see.
Yeah, 100%. And he does a good job of kind of controlling that fire. And he stays composed, especially when he's out on the floor coaching. But you'll see it more in some of those, post game and pregame interviews, or not interviews, but speeches and stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, I always wondered kind of growing up where I had this because I'm a really fiery person.
Yeah.
I definitely see it in practice. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot more sense why I'm like a head case and so fiery at times.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the Creighton game a little bit more before we move on to Big Ten. That is now 13 straight victories for you guys. The longest winning streak in the country, longest winning streak since 91. You guys have not lost a non-conference game in 383 days. That's a long time, but one was back. Congrats on that.
One arrived, and we got to give a shout out to Nine when it's due. He had a hell of a game on Sunday.
1 and 9. What did we say? Hand in hand.
We were on point. We were on the same wavelength on Sunday.
Yeah, you really just need 9 to be healthy and to be going like that, and you guys are gonna win the Natty, I think.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but or are we calling him Nueve now? I know you texted me about that.
That is true. It might be
Was
Nueve.
that Nueve?
I saw that on Twitter. It could have been Nueve this weekend. You could be Uno.
All right, we'll say this. Uno is if I drop 20.
Okay. I think we're
Uno's a special player. He hasn't come out in college. It's been a long time since we've seen Uno. But we're getting close.
What's your, like, lifetime career high?
So this was unconfirmed, but I think I had 40 in like a summer game my sophomore year of high school, maybe. I had 36 in a freshman game. And then I had this doesn't count. It was an alumni tournament against some older guys that were not really in shape, but I think I had 47
Dear God.
in an alumni tournament game. But yeah, I used to score that rock a little bit. It's nice to do it in college a little bit this year, but I could fill it up a bit.
I mean, yeah, you look great. I gotta keep you a little humble. I don't know, 1 for 3 from the line, man.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Charlie. He noticed something in my shot at the free throw line, and he came up at halftime and told me. And I shot 1 free throw in the second half, and it was cash. But it was like kind of going back to the Oklahoma game. I started out the year like 8 for 8, and I don't shoot a ton of free throws, so that was a great start. And missed a couple in KC, and then missed those 2 in the first half. But Charlie tweaked it. Hit the 1 in the second half, and I went to the bench and high fived him, and they caught that on TV. But that was kind of cool to see.
Nice. You guys have
Yeah, from here on out, I mean, I gotta be better from the line. 66 is just not me. I think I was upper 80s last year. We're gonna get that up for sure.
sample size is gonna grow, makes are gonna come. Shout out to our guy, Charlie. Can you guys read each other's mind? Like, you have the twin telepathy thing? You got that going?
100%. And I thanked him as I shot that free throw.
Oh, nice. And he heard you, of
Yeah.
course.
Of course.
That's awesome. What else from that Creighton game am I missing? I guess, actually, really quick, back to the cinematic recaps. Ken Pavelka also does an incredible job on your guys' radio.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a living legend. And I think, maybe over 50 years at this point now doing Nebraska basketball. And I think they caught it. I don't know if he said it on the air in one of the cinematic recaps, but he's definitely said he's called football national championships and some along those lines in the 90s. And he said, I think in the Kansas City Classic was his favorite or most fun he's had on air or something like that. He just is a diehard basketball fan. And, if we're going to get that tournament win for anybody, it's for Kent. And he really deserves it.
He definitely does. I love it. Sammy, my boy.
Oh, his enthusiasm is insane. He's the best.
It's really good. Rank does it again. 50% from the field, 3 of 5 from deep, 20 points. Keeping him humble as well. Let's get on the boards a little bit more, Rank. All right.
It's been addressed.
Have you
Coaching
really?
staff addressed it. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Barricade Buchton Gel picked up the slack. I'm saying that right?
Yep. Exactly.
13, 10 on the defensive glass. I feel like if he can pick up not necessarily the slack, because Rank is a high rebound guy, but if he's putting up double-digit rebounds and you guys are out rebounding teams, especially running 5-out offense, going to be tough to beat. Am I wrong?
100%. I mean, he's the ultimate hustle guy. A lot of people talk about me being a glue guy for the team, but he's in the same boat. He's such a good defender, really smart, and 13 boards is so impressive. And I mean, if he could bring that every single game, it is going to be tough to beat us, like you said. And he's been struggling a bit with his shot offensively. Teams are sagging off of him a bit now, and I think he did a great job of not forcing the issue against Creighton and finding guys, and he made some plays to get to the rim as well. But I mean, we have confidence that he can knock down shots too, and if he starts making those, it's just going to make us even tougher to guard. But I mean, BK is awesome. He's got a great attitude and he plays hard, and that just helps us in so many ways.
Is he from Turkey? Is that right?
He is from Turkey.
Nice. I think I think it was his dad that followed us on Instagram. He was like an early follower, and I noticed it just because the last name is, Scrabble and like 50 letters. But I saw it and I was
Shout
like,
out Mr. Bucangel.
does he live in Turkey still?
He does. Yeah.
Wow.
I've actually never met him. I didn't know that at all. I don't even know if he follows me.
Good for us. Shout out to everybody on the gram. I wanted to talk about Josh Dix because we mentioned him in the episode leading up to that game. I think he was Creighton's leading scorer going in to that game. He played 32 minutes and was 2 of 5 from the field. They were both threes. He had 9 points. How do you guys shut a guy like that down so effectively?
Yeah, I mean, he's a legit scorer. He had 31 on us at Iowa last year. And we're very locked in on, not letting him get comfortable early. Price played with him the last 2 years. So, he gave me some tips on guarding him. And I mean, I think he had 9 points, so like still scored. But yeah, I mean, it was just getting up, making him uncomfortable and not allowing him to get rhythm threes. And we did a really good job. I don't even know if he took a shot in the first half. But that was, I mean, our whole team did a good job. The rotations were so good, and that's the reason guys like that don't get going is if you can just arrive on the catch when they get the ball and not let them get into their shot easily. But yeah, I mean, the whole first probably 30 minutes of that game, I don't know if he had a rhythm three, and that was huge for us.
Yeah, whenever I watch you guys and you're kind of firing on defense like you were in that game, it's just constantly running guys off the 3-point line, which I feel like also makes it harder for teams to come back on you and tougher for maybe like a mid-major, like an upstate or a lower seeded tournament team that can really score with teams. I feel like it makes it easier to keep those teams out of games, prevent comeback.
Yeah, I mean, if we're on point, it's just like it's tough to score on us, and if we're not, we can give up a lot of open threes, which like upstate we did, and we did not play well that game. Only beat them by 9. A game we should have won by a lot more. And there have been games where we've allowed teams to come back, like New Mexico and Kansas State, and they really got going from the 3-point line. So we have a long way to go. We're not satisfied at all right now, and we got to keep improving 100%.
And I think I saw on the cinematic recap, your assistant,
Nate Lenzer.
yeah, he was talking about that New Mexico game and how you guys gave up like 18 in the first media or something. And I noticed on the whiteboard that you guys have like a 4-minute game grid on there, just playing media to media, right?
Yep, we try to keep every team under 7 points for every media, and if it's above that, it's written in red, and if it's below that, it's written in green. The whole first half, they didn't score more than 7 in any media or 4-minute game, and second half, I think they only had 2 or 3 in the first media. I mean, we were doing our job. When we accomplish the goals that we set out to do, you're typically going to have a good game.
This is off topic, but I feel like it gets debated on a ton of college basketball broadcasts. What are your thoughts about coaches waiting to call timeout until the media or using a timeout before a media?
Yeah, I mean, I think my dad is a big proponent in saving your timeouts. He likes to have them at the end of game just for scramble situations if you need to use one. You got to use them if you're getting ran up. And I don't think it's a bad thing to call a timeout. For example, if a team goes on like a quick 8-0 run on you and take some momentum and just kind of slow that down. I think every coach knows that, but I do think it is really important to save some timeouts for the end of the game, just because if teams start, pressing you and trapping you and you don't have a timeout, then you can really get in trouble. So that's when it's so important to have those. And, there'd be a lot more 5-second calls at the end of games if you didn't have those timeouts.
Yeah, that is a really good point. Or, maybe if you go on a 15-2 run to start a game like you guys did. Hot start.
Probably got to use a timeout.
Might want to. Also, before we transition, shout out to the Lady Huskers as well. Nebraska, Vanderbilt, Iowa State, the only schools in America with undefeated men's and women's basketball teams.
They're really good, man. They're killing it. I think they're 24th in the AP.
Not
I it hasn't happened many times where we've both been ranked at the same time. So pretty sweet for them. Stoked for them, and they're really good. They're going to keep killing it.
Good for them. Let's transition a little bit. We talked about TJ Otzelberger last week. He pops out of his shirt, and he got it done against the number one team in the land. Iowa State is real.
Yeah, I mean, my dad has actually been talking about this for a little bit of time. He thinks they're playing as good as anybody in the country right now, and how impressive it is, especially as someone who's played at Purdue, to go in there and just dominate them. I mean, I was shocked when I saw that score. I really wanted to watch that game, but we were practicing during that time. When I looked at the box score, they said 81-58, and I just assumed Purdue. Seeing that it was Iowa State going in their place and just completely dominating them was shocking to me. And like I've talked about in the pod before, I'm really high on Purdue, and I don't think they're gonna, have too many issues. But I mean, that just shows you where Iowa State is, and they're legit.
They play such good defense. All those TJ teams do. It's so impressive.
Yeah, they run a similar defense to us. The no middle, pack the line, and we got to try to play like them if we want to get to our goals.
We were talking about all-time couch days last week. Saturday was one of them, I think. What games did you watch on Saturday?
Gosh, you'll have to remind me just because I was so locked in for this Creighton game. But I was actually talking about that. I was like, me and Rick were like, oh, such a good couch day on Saturday. Illinois, Tennessee was one of the games. We watched that was, I think, at the same time as the Indiana Ohio State game, which we let football take the reins for that one. That was a sweet game.
Right.
How about that finish?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that too. I love Indiana, man, and I love Curt Cignetti. The Big Ten was awesome this year, and it's just really cool for Indiana that they're the best team in America, something that they've never had. And I wanted to ask you about Curt Cignetti a little bit too, because he's like a fiery guy, but he's also a shit talker, but he backs it up. It's awesome. And I saw a quote from Big Ten Media Day before the season started this year. And he was like, yeah, figured I'd show up because we're going to be playing here at the end of the year. Called a shot.
I mean, what the Google me is the most iconic quote from him. And traditionally, I do not like kind of, the arrogant shit talking players and coaches. I think it's not very classy, but when you back it up like that, you have to respect it. And I've become a fan of Cignetti. He has been unbelievable. And what he's done is it's never happened before. And I don't know if you'll ever see it again.
No, it's incredible. I don't know if they can win the national. I mean, they can win the national championship. I hesitate to say that they would. They've got a tough route. I feel like, sure, you do have the bye week, but then you got to play the winner of Alabama, Oklahoma with some momentum. That's a brutal first game.
Yeah, 100%. But I got to say, Fernando Mendoza is awesome.
Yeah.
The post-game interview,
hilarious.
So good, man. I saw people talking, like, saying that dropped his draft stock, obviously joking. I was like, how do you watch that and not love it?
Yeah, he's awesome. Did you catch any of Duke, Michigan State on Saturday?
I did, yep. I don't think Kurt listens to this, our strength coach, but sorry, Kurt, I was watching it while we were doing yoga on my phone.
Nice.
Michigan State's for real. Jeremy Fears was 0 for 10 that game, and he still had 13 assists. That was really impressive to see. But just the fact that they were able to stay in a game against Duke, who is top 5 team, and not shoot the ball well, shows where they're at. And Michigan State is another place super hard to win. So shows you that Duke is the legit contender as well. There's a lot of teams that are just looking amazing right now.
Carson Cooper had 16 and 16 for Michigan State.
Shout out Coop, man. I think they said he was a 0-star recruit from IMG. Yeah. And look at him now. He's become a legit player in the Big Ten. Putting those numbers up against Duke is, extremely impressive. And just a guy that's worked for it, stayed at the same school his whole career. You don't see that very often anymore. and paid off for him in a big way.
I love guys that do that and stay at their schools. And I love that you are now one of the guys that people are going to like randomly turn on a Nebraska game. Maybe, you know, they're a more casual college basketball fan. They're going to turn on a Nebraska game in like January and they're going to be like, how the fuck is Sam Hoiberg still at Nebraska?
That's funny bringing that up because I remember seeing this. I think it was honestly maybe my first year playing, like actually getting minutes. And someone was like, how is this guy still on the team? And I was like, oh boy, it's going to be a long ride for that guy seeing me for the next 4 years playing. But I mean, I'm 100%. I got to be one of those guys now. And it's because you don't see the same guy playing 4 years in a row at the same school anymore. But like, I haven't looked much different. I had facial hair my freshman year. Like my haircut hasn't changed that much. I've always worn the headband and like I haven't gotten that much bigger stature wise. So I kind of looked like a senior when I was 19. So I think that is playing a big factor in that. And I wonder if we're going to start seeing people talk about that more.
I really hope so because those are like my favorite type of guys. And I feel like back then you might have looked a little bit older than Charlie because Charlie sent this picture into our group chat maybe a couple weeks ago, and it was him from freshman year, and he looks so different now. But I mean, obviously, you guys still look the same as you did.
I believe it because you look at photos of me from my freshman year. Like when I was 18, I didn't have facial hair, and like it's a completely different human. But like when I started getting minutes was the kind of early on when I started growing out a beard, but it was like similar length, and my hair was similar length as well. So I think people probably thought I was much older than a redshirt freshman when I started playing. And yeah, still here, still doing it.
Yeah, that's what it was because I think it was like a Movember picture of Charlie freshman year. And he was like, this was like 2 weeks into Movember, by the way, and you couldn't even see that he had facial hair. It was really funny.
Yeah, shout out my girlfriend Bella for getting me to grow out the beard early on. Still a little patchy here, which I wish wasn't the case, but become, you know, part of my kind of gruff look, I think. And I honestly think I look better without a beard, but I just like having it. I get lazy.
Yeah, I'm a beard guy now too. Used to not be. I feel like I don't really look different with or without.
Let's see you shave next week.
Yeah? It's been a really long time actually since
I don't even remember what you look like shaved.
like a little before graduation I shaved.
Okay, I probably did see you then, but I just don't remember.
Yeah, but it's definitely been a while. I don't think I look that different, but now that I've had it for so long, I feel like people would think that I look different.
Yeah, it's funny because like BK he full shaved like in the fall at some point, which he never like uses an actual razor, and I think he messed up his mustache or something, and he had to just get rid of everything, and he looked like he was 15. And then I did it. I just use an electric razor, and he said the same thing to me. So apparently, when I get rid of it, which I probably will soon, we'll let the viewers decide how much younger I look.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Maybe people will think I'm a freshman.
Maybe you can get more years.
I don't want more years.
Oh, ball. No, double ball. Triple. There was just 3 fumbles on one play.
What are you watching?
I got Sunday Night Football on in the background. Or what, Monday night. Jalen Hurts.
3 fumbles, eh?
Jalen Hurts threw an interception. Then the Chargers were running it back. They fumbled it back to Jalen Hurts. He picked it up and then fumbled it back to the Chargers.
Chargers got it?
Yes. And the reason that I have it on in the background is because it happened again, Sammy.
Boy.
I'm currently the highest scoring team in our fantasy league. 145 points. Josh Allen, nuts. JSN, nuts. Got 24 points from my kicker, Brandon Aubrey, 20 from my defense. And I went into tonight up 10 on Colby, and he has Ladd McConkey and Cameron Dicker. So I'm going to lose.
When did the game start? Was it just now?
It's in the second quarter. I don't I haven't looked at the.
Do they have 10 yet?
Let's see. Let's take a quick look here. But yeah, it's just a weekly thing, and this game doesn't even matter for me. I'm already out of the playoffs. Playoffs start next week, and I'm not worried about losing the league. It's just outrageous that it keeps happening, and thankfully, I am going to take back our points against record in the league. Maynard passed me a couple weeks ago because he had like 150 more points against him because Rivers scored 200 on him the same week that John scored 50 on me.
50?
Yeah, and oh, by the way, John has the least points in the league, and he's going to finish tied for first.
No way.
I swear to God.
Guy that knows ball. They play some D.
Beat him by 80. Let's see.
Yeah, no defense. Other than that 1 week, you used it all in 1 week.
No points for Ladd yet.
Okay.
I'm still alive. I need to play some defense and keep him under 9.
I had a big win this week. 130 points from my team.
Nice.
Fortunately, played against Henry, who had 94, but he had played 2 guys on a bye.
Whoops.
So that helped.
You gonna make the playoffs?
Speaking of, I am going to make the playoffs.
Congrats.
Speaking of Henry Burt, got to give a huge shout out. I'm not sure if you saw this video or not. His cousin, Charlie, who is always the first in the student section for every big game. He's double fisting beers with 90 minutes before tip.
Hell yeah.
And Hale Varsity and Hurrdat Sports, they're like 2 of the big kind of media outlets in Nebraska. They were like doing interviews before the game. And it was so a kid named Blake and Charlie were getting interviewed. And they asked him, like, what are your opinions on, I think, J-Skers is what it was?
Yeah.
Or maybe just Creighton fans. And he gives the funniest answer. He's like, I think of middle-aged men wearing blue quarter zips, not making much noise at basketball games, always yelling at the refs. And then, you see them on Saturday and they're wearing red. And then they come to a game today that he points back at a guy that's like 2 rows back wearing a Creighton quarter zip.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he wears red on Saturdays, and then he comes in today. I just don't get it. I don't respect him.
I don't get
And it went viral. I commented on the post. I said legends, and it has like 300 likes on the post.
Let's go.
But yeah, shout out Charlie Burt. Super fan. Always rocks no undershirt Henry Burt jersey.
I hadn't been really reading, or I guess I just didn't really notice that we had a couple comments on some of the YouTube like full episodes. And I don't know who it was, but somebody commented like, fully agree with Sam, down with the fair weather preppy J-Sker fans.
Oh, we're all on the same page. We know what they look like.
Liked it. I have a little bit of a similar story actually about my jersey right here, my Markel jersey. When I was in high school, this was the year after Markel was the first overall pick in the draft. I was wearing a Markel Fultz 76ers jersey to every game, and I did it for that full season. And then the next season, he got traded like right over Christmas. And I was able to get a Markel Fultz Magic jersey before the next UW home basketball game. And so I didn't have any overlap of him not being on the Sixers. And one of like the UW beat reporters came up to me before the game and like interviewed me about wearing it every game. It was hilarious.
People were hyped up that you got the jersey change.
Yeah, there's a tweet about it. I'm sure I can find it somewhere. But he does like the all caps breaking news. And he's like, guy that wears the Markel Fultz Sixers jersey every game got a Magic one.
That's awesome. I think I heard you tell that story before. That's a great one.
Yeah, it was fun. All right, we're going to start a new little segment, try it out here on the pod. I don't know what we're going to call it necessarily, but basically the vibe that we're going for is when you're sitting on the couch with the guys and somebody just drops a random sports name, and you're like, oh, that guy, little nostalgia feel. And so we're going to do that and see if we both prepared a couple names, see if we can guess or remember rather what college they went to and kind of their playing days. I'll start you off with, I think what should be a pretty easy one for you, Sammy. This was another guy that you look up and you're like, how the hell is he still on that team? And then his brother took over like the year that he graduated. School for Ryan Archidiakono.
Villanova. His brother played there?
Like, it might have been his cousin, but like right after him. He wasn't very good.
Really?
But there was another
I didn't know that.
Archidiakono right after him.
Ryan Archidiakono was an absolute animal at Nova, and he played for my dad for the Bulls. Great guy.
I didn't know that.
And I think he's still in the league.
That's awesome.
Talk about a glue guy, though. I mean, he's just made a living in the league, being a winner. He hasn't played a ton, but just a great bench guy. And at Nova, he was elite.
When people forget that he had the assist on the buzzer beater to win the national title to Chris Jenkins.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that. He was awesome. All right, I'm gonna get into mine here. Mine might be a little tough. I don't know how familiar you are with like NBA guys in their college, but I'm gonna go with. Okay. I'll go with my most known one here. I'll go with Mike Conley.
Conley's a little older than he's just an old guy in the league now.
This was a Charlie recommendation, by the way.
Okay, I like it. When you first said it, I wanted to say one of the blue schools, like a UNC, Duke, Kentucky. But then I remembered a game that I watched randomly where he had like 30 or 35 against UNC, I think. But he was a Big Ten guy, if I'm not mistaken. The other red?
He was.
Ohio State?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. We'll take it.
All right, hot start.
That was
2 for 2.
That was pretty deep in my bag, I think.
I think I'm going to stump you here.
All right, I have one that I think is going to stump you. This might be my hardest one, so I'm going to give it to you. But you also have a unique insight into it, so you could get it. Ali Faroukhamesh, not an NBA guy.
Easy one for me, you and I.
Yeah, okay.
How can you forget the 3 that he hit versus Kansas?
I couldn't, but maybe people that aren't Iowans, is that it? Is that a thing?
Yeah, Iowans. No, I remember this was like before we were pretty young. I think I was in my parents' bedroom and the game was on, and I didn't realize how crazy of a shot it was at the time, but I remember seeing it later on when I kind of knew more about basketball, and I was like, he took that shot up 1 on Kansas was it the second round?
Yeah, it was a 9 versus 1.
Yeah, I mean, that was unbelievable, but yeah, 3 for 3.
Good for us, man. Ball knowers.
Okay, you might be able to get this one here. Didn't pan out so much in the NBA, but was a beast in college. Johnny Flynn. Do you know Johnny Flynn?
I know the name. When you said it initially, I thought Malachi Flynn because he went to Washington State. But Johnny Flynn, yeah,
He's a little older.
You're gonna stump me on that one.
Okay, I'll do a different one because that one is a little bit of a homer one because the Timberwolves drafted him when my dad was in the front office over the likes of Stephen Curry.
Oh,
but yeah, Johnny Flynn was really good in college to the point where he got drafted over Steph Curry.
Where'd he go?
He went to Syracuse.
Okay.
He was in that game. Do you remember the game Syracuse versus UConn that went to like 6 overtimes?
Yes.
Yeah, Johnny Flynn was in that game.
Wow.
Okay, let me do another one then. How about Matthew Dellavedova? The guy that I've been compared to.
I love that comp. That is down under guy. St. Mary's, the Gales.
I knew you'd get that one.
They got the factory over there in Moraga.
Sure do.
Randy Bennett going down under.
All right, what do you got?
I think this is going to be an easy one for you again, but he is a Seattle guy originally. Won a national title at one point. Peyton Siva.
Louisville.
Yeah.
He's a Seattle guy.
Yeah, he went to Franklin High School. He was on the Patino Louisville 2012 national title team, I believe.
Yep. I remember that one easily because I remember picking them to win my bracket that year.
That is exactly why I remember it too.
Also, sorry, Charlie just reminded me of this. We were at the Final Four when they won, so that was a pretty easy one to remember. But
okay, nice.
Yeah, we were in Atlanta. and this is when I knew I was better at basketball than Charlie. Is there was like a 7-foot hoop, and we were pretty young, and I was dunking on it, and Charlie couldn't dunk on it yet.
Get fucked, Chuck. Yeah, that's good. All right, what do you got for me?
Charlie said he literally averaged like 1 more point per game than me our whole lives.
Charlie did or you did?
That's what Charlie says. He said there were seasons when he averaged more and that I only averaged like 1 more point than him if you count our whole lives, which I got a lot better than you late into high school.
How many did Charlie average in high
He
school?
doesn't necessarily agree.
How
Charlie averaged 12. I averaged 15.
Okay. Were you guys any good at Pius? Like your teams?
Yeah, we were. So we were, I think, 4th in the state our senior year. And this was like the best year in Nebraska high school basketball history, probably, or up there. Miller North won it that year. They had Hunter Salas, who's in the league, St. Thomas, who's in the league. Jason Green plays for Creighton, just played him yesterday. Very good player. And they were stacked. They were ranked top 25 nationally. Bellevue West was number 2. And they had Chucky Hepburn, Louisville, now in the league. Frankie Fiddler played at Michigan State last year. Josiah Dotzler, who went to Creighton out of high school, I believe he's at South Dakota now. Will Kyle, who's at Syracuse. But yeah, and then Creighton Prep, they didn't have any big names on the team, but they're a really solid team too. I think all 3 of them were ranked top 5 in the country, or top 25 nationally in high school, and we were 4th behind them. We weren't on their level, but we were pretty good.
You can compete though. That's pretty cool.
I think we were up after 3 against Bellevue West that year. It was a close game after 3 quarters. They ran us out of the gym in the 4th, but it was, I mean, we competed.
This was a while ago. This was your redshirt year because he's the same age as us, but he went to Creighton as a freshman and then transferred. But do you remember the name John Christophilus?
I know the name, yeah.
Yeah, so you would have played against him. I guess you wouldn't have played, but he was a true freshman, very highly ranked out of high school. He's
yes.
here now. And him and Paulo Banchero were teammates in my league in high school.
In your league, did you play?
No, I got cut from the freshman team, and I was the broadcaster.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of what started me wanting to be a broadcaster, because our senior year, we got to a point where we were able to play basketball games, but people couldn't really go. Your parents could go and get okay, this is the most ridiculous shit. In Washington, they made the basketball players wear COVID masks during the game.
Oh yeah, I remember we didn't have to in Nebraska, but Illinois had to. We would have been doing that had we stayed in Chicago.
Yeah, let's sweat on each other for 32 minutes. But
make sure you got that mask above your nose though.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know if this might be exaggerated, but I want to say one of our good buddies in Illinois got teed up or something for not having his mask above his nose or something.
That's ridiculous.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I had to throw it in there.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Yeah, but him and Paulo were teammates at O'Day, who just won the football title this weekend, I believe. Paulo was their quarterback as well his freshman year. Our freshman year of high school, he was 6'6", and was the starting quarterback on varsity. And this is by far the greatest high school football program in Washington. And he won a state title as a freshman. And then he grew from 6'6" to 6'10" as a sophomore, and he was just too tall to play quarterback.
Oh my goodness.
But my buddy,
I had no idea he was a quarterback.
Yeah, and so we were not good at basketball historically, but my buddy Mark Joint was the tallest guy on our basketball team. He was 6'3" senior year. He was the center, but he was the Metro League high jump champion, and he won the tip against Paulo.
Did they win the game?
They were up after the first quarter.
That's all that matters. Don't say anymore.
I think it was 8-7 after one.
And so he was shutting down Paulo.
And then the student section started the overrated, and I think Paulo finished with 32.
That's typically how that goes.
Yeah. I played against Paulo when we were in 6th grade and in like a CYO Christmas tournament game. And we actually beat him. They had nobody though. And he had every point. I think he had like 52.
I'm just imagining you guarding, like right now, guarding Paulo Banchero because I have no idea what you looked like.
He was 6'6" from like 6th grade to freshman year.
My God, he's a beast.
He's so fucking outrageous. Yeah, actually, this is what we did on defense in 6th grade because they had nobody else besides Paulo. So we ran a reverse triangle and 2. We tripled him and played a 2-man zone.
No way.
Swear to God.
And it worked?
We held him to 52 and won the game. So
You contained him.
we contained him. But it was so funny because we would just hack the shit out of him or like they
Do
had
you call that the 2 and triangle?
I think it was the 2 and triangle, yeah. And they had this inbounds play where Paulo would stand on the block and they would just throw it as high as they could and he would catch it and put it in.
That's amazing. 2 and triangle. Maybe we'll try that out.
Yeah, tell Fred about the 2 and triangle. See how you guys can rotate on the perimeter on that.
Yeah, we'll throw that in the notes.
Yeah.
All right, should we get back to the game?
Yeah, give me a name. What do you got for me?
All right, talk about a fiery guy and one of the most random 50-point games in NBA history. Corey Brewer.
Corey Brewer had 50 in an NBA game.
Yes, he did.
So that's actually crazy that you just mentioned that because Corey Brewer's son, they called him KB. I don't know if it was Corey Brewer Jr., but his son went
That'd be CB.
I didn't know if it was a K or not. His son went to the same grade school as Paulo.
All these Paulo Banchero connections. Wow.
Yeah. St. Therese in Seattle.
Shout out St. Therese and KB.
I want to say
Brewer.
I want to say Corey Brewer went to Duke.
No.
No?
They won. Okay, I'll give you a hint here. They won back-to-back national titles.
UCLA?
Nope.
Back-to-back. What do you know? Like around what years those titles were?
I think it was either around 07, 08.
I'm trying to think who the last back-to-back champion was before UConn. Was it UConn?
Nope.
Kentucky?
Nope.
Who was it?
Florida Gators.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah.
I was going blue.
Yeah, I thought you'd get that one, honestly.
I did too. And he lives in Seattle now. I should have known that.
What's up with these Seattle connections?
I'm telling
I
you.
for sure got one. Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything.
This is an easy one, I think. Actually, yeah, it's a super easy one. But I wanted to talk about it because I think it's hilarious. Luke May.
North Carolina.
Had the Natty winner, went to class the next day. A lot of people don't know that he is Drake May's brother.
Oh, yeah. People don't know that?
Yeah, that's like
I thought this was widely known.
I think it's like a rare known kind of Twitter thing at least. But yeah, think about that family. They have another brother too, I think.
Yeah. Well, did you ever see they recreated the Fab Five video with the brothers?
Yes.
That's amazing. I mean, that is a athletic family. Luke May, did he hit a shot? Was it against Duke in the tournament?
It was in the national title.
No, it wasn't national title, was it?
Was it not?
No, it wasn't. I think it was like a Sweet 16 game or something.
Was that
You
the
fact
year?
check that, Charlie? Who did he make it on? But yeah, he hit the game winner. He was a beast at North Carolina. And then Drake went there as well, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
It was against Kentucky? Kentucky in the regional final.
Thank you. Thank you for the regional final shout, Hoibs.
We got our researcher back there.
Charlie knows that I'm out on the term Elite Eight.
I was wondering why I didn't say that.
I don't do Elite Eight. I don't like it.
Why don't you do Elite Eight?
It's just too much for me. Like we're creating up shit that doesn't exist. And you already had a name for it. You can have the Sweet 16, all right. But what's next? Like the Thunder is 32? I don't know. It's the regional final. That's all it needs to be.
The Thunder is 32 would go hard, is what Charlie said.
It would go kind of hard. That was an easy one. Let me give you a little bit of a tougher one.
With the Super 64?
The Super 64. That too.
Yeah.
Let me give you a little bit of a tougher one. Michael Beasley. Yeah. Do you remember?
You gotta get tougher on me here, man. I'm 100% from the field.
You remember how good he was at Kansas State?
What he averaged like 29 as a freshman.
26 and 12.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that was back in the days where you could have gone. I think you could have gone from high school at that point, right? Or maybe not anymore.
I think it was close after.
But he was supposed to be like the next superstar.
Yeah, he was. He was very good. Could be
Yeah.
better.
No, absolute bucket. All right. I don't know if you'll know this one, but this is kind of like a personal one. We hated him back when he was in college. Respect him a lot more now. He's a dog in the NBA. But Marcus Smart.
Okie State.
Yep.
God, he was so good on defense.
He's very well known flopper.
Yeah.
So Iowa State student section, they Cyclone Alley, one of the best student sections in the game. This was back when my dad was coaching for him, but I think it was senior night against Oklahoma State, and everyone hated Marcus Smart. He was so good, always killed us. And as soon as they called his name in the starting lineup, the entire student section flopped back into their chair.
Do remember that.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah, I feel like I didn't really like him in college either, but I like him more now in the NBA.
Depoy as a guard is insane. I think he won it 2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast. All right, give me a tough one here, Mounsey.
All right, no help from your brother here. Quincy Pondexter.
He was a Husky, wasn't he?
Yeah. God, I had to throw that in there. I thought I was going to trip you.
Unrelentless enthusiasm, Quincy Acey.
Coupon, the man. I have a picture from when I was like 5 years old, maybe, of me on Quincy Pondexter's shoulders.
Quincy Pondexter. I was thinking Quincy Acey. I got it right though. I was so mixed up there.
You still got it.
That was who did Quincy Acey play for? Wait, why am I Baylor? Yeah, okay. Another random name, Quincy Acey. Quincy Pondexter was not the guy I was thinking of with unrelentless enthusiasm as Quincy Acey was. That probably confused you, but Quincy Pondexter went to Washington. I did know that.
Yeah, he was a dog. He had this dude named John Brockman was on those UW teams that was just like your typical 6'10" meathead center.
What year was that?
Late 2000s, early 2010s, maybe like.
And you're very well endowed with all those teams, right? Like, how long have you been?
Yeah.
Like a huge UW fan.
Well, I'm honestly not as big of a UW fan anymore. I went to every single UW basketball game growing up.
Up until college, like pretty much everyone.
Yeah. So I don't really follow the teams anymore, honestly, and they haven't been very good. But like the whole Lorenzo Romar era at UW, I was just locked in. And there were so many good players that came through that program too. And Romar he was the recruiter that couldn't do it in game. Like the year that he got fired from Washington, he had the number 2 recruiting class in the country coming in.
Wow.
And they fired him and lost the class. And the only class that was higher than Washington was Zion, RJ, and Reddish going to Duke.
Oh my goodness.
That was the
Were you pissed, or did you want him gone?
I mean, we wanted him gone, but I was just like, fuck it. He's been here for 20 years. Let's just let him have one more so we can see this class. Michael Porter Jr. was in that class.
Okay.
And his dad was an assistant for Romar. And
he was.
Yeah. And Michael Porter transferred to Washington for his senior year of high school and went to a public school, Nathan Hale, and they won the national championship under head coach, also former dog, Brandon Roy.
Brandon Roy. Talk about another obscure star.
Awesome.
He was a beast. All right, I got, I think, 2 more names here.
Yeah, give it to me.
How about Jay Crowder?
Oh.
We're getting tough for these last 2.
Was he in the Big East?
Yes, he was.
I want to say I'm between Georgetown and Providence. I'm going to go Georgetown.
Neither.
Let me get another guess. It wasn't UConn, was it?
Nope.
St. John's?
Not a coast team.
Not St. John's? Because I remember him playing in I remember him playing in Big East games.
Yep. Keep thinking.
I would have banked on Providence or Georgetown. I'm gonna. I know it, but who is it?
Marquette.
I would not have gotten that. Wow.
Yeah, you weren't very. You got the conference. I was impressed with that, but you weren't very close with the teams.
No, I was really far off. Wow, you went to Marquette.
I'm killing you in this. We should keep the score on this.
Yeah, we should. I have the whiteboard over here. Start.
You got any more for me?
No. You want to give me your last one?
All right, this guy was an absolute monster, but I still don't think you're gonna get it. Dan Kingma.
You talking to my guy Dan Kingma from Dogs?
I am.
That's my guy. Oh my god, dude. Washington was so hurt one year that he started a Pac-12 tournament game.
I don't know anything about Dan Kingma, by the way. I just looked up like 2012, 13 Washington.
Dude, you have no idea how much UW basketball fans love Dan Kingma. He was like the end of the bench white guy, like 5'9". Oh,
And he
my God.
started?
He started in
In
the
the game?
Pac-12 tournament in the same backcourt as Markelle Fultz because Washington
No
had
way.
nobody. They were so hurt.
How'd he do in that game? Do you know?
Hold on. I'm looking it up. That was such a good one.
I was really hoping you would get that. I just picked the 5'10" white guy on the roster.
That was like the best one that you could have ever picked. Wow. Okay. Here's the headline. Stanford pulls off 71-69 victory over Huskies in Pac-12 tournament. This is from 2015. Washington was 16-15 at the time, shot at a blistering pace throughout the second half and led, but Dan Kingma missed a free throw with 29 seconds left. Oh, this team was actually so fun because we had this dude named Nigel Williams-Goss. Does that name ring a bell?
It does.
Yeah, he was a top recruit out of like a prep school, Vegas, Bishop Gorman maybe. And he came to Washington, was great, and then transferred to Gonzaga, and I was so upset. But him and then the starting point guard was this dude, Andrew Andrews.
What a name.
He was the man. He had 48 on senior night against Washington State.
Oh my gosh.
I think
Did Dan Kingma make an appearance in that game?
I think he did. But Andrew Andrews was like, I remember that game. I think he was 24 of 24 from the line.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I love that you brought that out. That was awesome. Dan Kingma had 9 points in this game. He had three for 3 from downtown.
3 for 3 from downtown, and he missed the free throw?
Yes.
So was he getting legit minutes during that season?
Yeah. But I don't think he played in the game for like his first 2, maybe 3 years.
Suck it out, man.
Yeah, he was like
Love to see walk on shine.
from Mill Creek, Washington. Okay, career. Yeah, so 2016-17, he played in 19 games. He was 5 of 17 from the field in those games. And then his senior year, he played in 8 games, started 1 on senior night.
Wow.
And he was 3 of 17.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Field.
He had 8 points in that last game. That was the best game of his career, was his last one. He only played 8 games that year. And yeah, he went 2 for 2 from 3. 2 for 4 from the line, though. Missed a big free throw.
Wow, just looking at this roster on the side of the UW website. By the way, this year and all the years prior to his senior year, Matisse Thybulle was at Washington, and he was horrible for 3 years. And then
Really?
Mike Hopkins comes in, puts in the zone, and Thybulle's a 6'5" guard with a 7-foot wingspan and wins National Defensive Player of the Year running the top of the 2-3.
That's insane.
Sorry, I know I'm going on a rant here, but there was also this dude, Nas Carter, on that team.
This is a pod. The second half of this pod is for the Washington listeners.
Yeah, sorry.
A lot of Seattle references.
Last thing, there was this dude on the team named Nas Carter. He is Jay-Z's nephew. Ended up getting kicked off the team, but he could jump out of the gym like nobody I've ever seen. I think he had like a 48-inch.
Oh my God.
Okay, sorry. That's all I got on the dub.
All right. Enough of the UW references.
You got me started.
For the pod. Shout out Dan Kingma.
Shout
Hope
out-
you're doing well.
Shout out to
Let's
Dan
see if I can
King.
find. Let's see what he's doing now.
I follow him on Instagram.
You do?
Yeah. I think he's a realtor.
Oh, I did pick the perfect guy.
You did.
He's on LinkedIn.
Because you got me started on that.
I knew I could find him on LinkedIn.
You have a LinkedIn?
Oh, it's like the first. I do have a LinkedIn actually. I had to make one per class like my sophomore year. He is an investment consultant at Fidelity Investments.
Congrats, Dan.
Shout out Dan, man.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I think we make that a weekly segment. That was fun.
Yeah, I like that. That was good. All right, we guys got Wisconsin Wednesday, Illinois Saturday, correct?
Correct.
Big Ten.
2 really tough games to start the Big Ten season. Got to protect home court on Wednesday, and both teams are playing really well right now. And if we can get these 2, I mean, we're off to an amazing start.
And for the best start in program history.
Yeah, did you find out what the best is ever?
I did. I have it right here. I had it. Maybe I didn't print it. But it's the best start to a season since 1978. I believe the record is 10-0 to start a season.
Yeah, we'd match that on Wednesday, and then, I mean, it'd be a really tough one to get to 11-0, first true road game of the season, but starts Wednesday. It's going to be fun.
What's the toughest arena that you've had to play in outside of Nebraska?
I've always said Purdue's number 1. Iowa State makes that look a little bit different right now, but they've always been the toughest. It's so loud in there. Their band is right on top of you. And it's like the stadium is built for sound. It's not huge, but it's got bleachers and it fits a ton of people. The student section is on point every game, and when you're in there just shooting around, like for like a team shoot around, for example, and you dribble the ball, it sounds like there's birds chirping from the echo. So it's built for sound, and it gets so loud in there. And then that's followed like really close behind by Michigan State. They talk about an in-sync student section. Like every time I think they switch off halves when they do the shot clock countdown to throw you off. Like first half they'll do it early, second half they'll do it late.
No way.
And they're all on point. I've talked about my love for that program on the pod before, just because my brother played there and I love Tom Izzo. But yeah, that place is so fun to play. And I mean, we got killed there last year. That place it's tough.
It helps when you have a perennial top 10 team in the country.
100%. I mean, their culture is just insane for fan culture, team culture. But yeah, I mean, that's why they've been so successful and built such an amazing fan base.
Do you guys go to East Lansing this year?
We don't go to either of those 2 this year, which is, I mean, very helpful for us.
Yeah. What's your highest ranked home game as of now? Do you know?
It would be Purdue.
Okay.
Yep.
Should be a fun one.
Or no. Yeah, I think we only play Michigan on the road.
That'll be a good one in Ann Arbor.
Talk about a low pressure game there. I mean, especially with the way they're playing right now. That's just one where you got really nothing to lose. I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I always make that comparison. It's like, I guess it's kind of the opposite, but it's like a hitter hitting off of a position player that is pitching. There's no benefit for you. Like if you hit a homer, you're supposed to. And if you punch out, like you're the worst hitter ever. But it's kind of the opposite for you guys going to a school like that, right? You can just let it fly a little bit.
100%. I mean, there's no pressure on you to lose. I mean, they blew out Gonzaga on a neutral site, who's probably a top 5 team, maybe top 5 team in the country right now. And yeah, I mean, that game's not for a while, but that's going to be a fun one for sure.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to Huskers Badgers on Wednesday from Lincoln. Got anything else for the people, Sammy?
All I got to say is it is a red state once again, and I'm leaving my legacy as that as a Husker.
Red State. Uno.
Let's bring out Uno in the coming games.
Uno's count.
20 points. That's the threshold.
Yeah, we're doing a merch giveaway. If you're still tuned in with us, check the Instagram. We're giving out a hoodie. tag some people in the comments, like the post, do all the stuff, subscribe, rate us, and all that stuff. We're going to the moon. That's all I got.
And call the line. We haven't got enough voicemails.
Oh, Diesel left us one.
How could we forget?
Hold on. I haven't downloaded it. Might have to. He was ripping me for my picks this week because I said North Texas was immortal. But he actually texted me the next day and was like, "Oh, it was stupid. Don't play it or whatever." But we'll definitely play it. Well, I didn't load it before I record.
Okay, we'll play it next week. If you're listening right now, Diesel, if you don't want us to play that one, send us a new one.
Yeah, or we're playing that one. He also sent me a text that said, formal request to join the pod. Like, to be on an episode.
Get him in. Let's get him in.
Yeah, I said request granted, so we'll have Diesel on soon.
There we go.
Give the people what they want. Sweet. All right, we good?
We're good.
Sweet. Every Tuesday and Friday, the sports section. Sam's back on Tuesday. Like, comment, all of it. Subscribe. Call God. See you guys next time.